It's 25 days before the election, and I got to say, it's not looking that great for the Democrats. I mean, this is not a good sign. You know, when you have an African-American candidate, you probably shouldn't be having to shore up your support among black men, but that's what's going on. Tim Walz is headlining a voter engagement event tonight with black men. Who better to connect with young black men than Tim Walz?
New polls are out, and it doesn't look good for Kamala Harris. I have not been this worried in a long time.
Yes, Trump make gains as polls figure trigger anxiety for Harris campaign. When you take a look at this, you can clearly see how liberals are having sleepless nights because of this. At this crucial point, we are left with few days. Look at what Democrats are experiencing. I don't know if they expected something different. When you take a look at this article recently put out by The Guardian, tightening poll figures have triggered nervousness and anxiety in Kamala Harris' presidential campaign, with Trump making gains in the state where it matters most as the election race enter its climactic final phase amid a dramatic news cycle that has the US hit by two destructive hurricanes and rising fear of all-out war in the Middle East. Yes, I don't want to talk much. Let me play these few clips so you can see before I share my opinion pertaining to what is happening.
My, have the tides shifted? Are you kidding me? Barack Obama. I didn't vote for you either time. I saw right through you back then. And unfortunately, so many of my black brothers and sisters, my own family, they couldn't see through you. But now they can. You coming out trying to shame black men into voting for Kamala? Are you freaking kidding me? You sound like a slave master trying to get your slaves back on the plantation. Well, Barack Hussein, I always appreciated the fact that Obama, as an acronym, could also be mentioned. One big mistake, America. You didn't do nothing for the black community when you were in office. You pandered to the elderly. What'd you do for America other than just inflame the race tensions in America? Yeah, that's right. You invited Black Lives Matter to the White House. You shamed Dallas police. You inflamed and stirred up racism in this country like nothing before. It wasn't Trump. It was you, Barack Obama. And now you have the audacity to try to shame black brothers to vote for Kamala? She ain't one of us. She's not pro-American. She's pro-illegal immigrant, period. Shame on you. I'm glad my black, brown, and white brothers and sisters are seeing right through you.
Yes, I don't know if these people never realized that what Obama did was extremely bad. Yes, I mean bad. It has caused a lot of black people to instead shift away. The way he sounded on that video, it was like an ultimatum, like you are bound to follow what Obama says every time. That is how people see it. Even Democrats that I watched on daily basis are going off on Obama, like maybe you could have just stayed somewhere without coming out to do this. It's like he has caused more problem into Kamala campaign. Sometimes you can be intelligent, you can be good at speaking, but you need to reason sometimes. This was a bad idea. This is a critical moment. Few days to that, like, look at what Obama put out. A big scandal. People could have been saying good things about her managing to change their mind to vote for her, but instead it is the worst. Few days to elect.
I was the first one in my family to actually buy a home. It was in Houston, Texas. And I will never forget going to the office where you fill out all of your paperwork. And when they gave me the keys to my first home, I think I cried. I think I shouted. I was also scared, you know what I mean? Because this is a very big purchase. It's a big investment, but it's a lot of responsibility. But I remember how great I felt because I remember my mom and I moving from pillar to post. She was a very hardworking woman. She was a nanny and a housekeeper, and we never had like a house that we owned. So getting those keys, that was incredible. So while I am extremely grateful that I was blessed and able enough to buy a house, you shouldn't have to go platinum to buy a home. 85% of renters feel like they'll never get the opportunity to purchase their own home. But here's the thing. Kamala has promised $25,000 towards your down payment of your first home. So please, it's important for you, for your future, that we get out here and vote. Let's make our voices heard, make them loud and proud, and don't let nobody talk you out of your vote. Speak up for your future.
Yes, Kelly Rowland recently posted this. I believe supporting those who uplift us these elections. I'm voting for Kamala and Tim because they fight for the right of women, the LGBT community, and everyone deserving of freedom and equality. The kind of backlash is receiving, this person said this. When you take a look at people replying to her, sorry, Kelly, I love you, but you clearly live in an echo chamber. Maybe inflations, immigrations, and the high cost of living doesn't affect you because you are a multi-millionaire, but it affects everyday regular people. This is big delusion. Okay, when you take a look at these celebrities, I don't know if they realize that people don't listen to them any longer. I believe you saw what happened with Taylor Swift after endorsing Kamala.
Only thing I feel is the election's coming November 5th. And I'm scared to death, and I'll get a time to, obviously.
You're not in a reflective mood.
Not in a particular reflective mood right now. I'm very, very concerned about
What does Harris need to do with the month left?
All right, 7 months left. Let's start. We got 26 days.
Yep.
Today is gone. You're going to lose 4 to the hurricane. Just subtract that. We're going to get blank. You're not going to be able to get much out for the next 4 days. So, and everything kind of shuts down the Saturday before the election. So you're really probably under 20 days that you have to really get a message out. They need to be sharp. They need to be aggressive. They need to stop answering questions and start asking questions. They're doing all this and sitting down with 60 Minutes and sitting down with Colbert and sitting down with... No matter what, if I come on your show, you're going to ask me the question.
That's true.
If I have a press conference, I get to ask the question.
You'd like to see her do more press conferences?
I'd like her to put more things in play. Like
where she's out driving it.
Out saying, what is J.D. Vance talking about that Trump saved Obamacare, tried to destroy it at every point? I would put President Obama out to make that. He's only got a 92% approval with Democrats. He only is the author, the father of 23 million people having insurance. I would have President Clinton going on these local TV stations talking about how tariffs are going to destroy the economy of Wisconsin or Michigan or anywhere else, because they have never worked. But we're just letting that go. And I think she and the whole campaign needs to be much more aggressive and much less passive than they are.
I have a personal legal note.
This is actually for all men. I think men are in crisis, actually, in this country. I think that plays out different ways. And not all men are in crisis, of course. And not all men are just at home listening to Joe Rogan, being angry or being recruited to fascism.
Trump, like people claim.
The state of mind, and all of a sudden they're like, oh my God, we have trouble with moderate biological males. I mean, who is surprised about this?
One in Michigan. Look, that's limited movement.
Throw a birthday party for Diddy.
Please register to vote for something else.
I don't care if they write that. No, it was right, and you got.
I'm going to shake it off.
It's like 73% said they're voting for Trump.
Okay, yeah. Well, this is the problem.
Homes